G'day beautiful people, and welcome back to another Destiny video. Today we're going to be looking at how to solo the Nightfall, and I will show you what my 3 rewards were, which I got done this morning. It took me about I think it was about an hour and 40 minutes to get my 3 done today. I struggled a little bit on my Hunter, and he took me probably about 45 to 50 minutes. My Warlock took about 25 minutes to half an hour. I did have 1 death on the boss stage, but I'm going to keep this short and simple. I'm not going to play out the entire thing because you don't need to see that. That's not what you need to know. I'm just going to give you all the best tips that I can and skip through a lot of it so I can keep it short and sweet, because no one wants to sit here and watch a 20-minute video on someone doing a Nightfall. Okay, so on this occasion I actually just got the Vex encounter at the start. Okay, so if this is the Taken encounter, when you get into here, it's actually much easier. You'll just have to be a little bit sort of careful at the start, kill as much stuff as you can see until you get the objective to take out the 3 blights. There will be 1 on the left here from where I am right now. There will be 1 in the back right hand corner, and there will be 1 behind the big square stone structure in the middle of this section. Okay, so you pretty much just have to destroy them to move on. So do whatever you have to do to get that done. If you're in this section, I would probably go hammers or striker on a Titan, tether on a hunter. I like to use the Stormcaller on this for the Warlock, just for its insane crowd clearing abilities. And it's pretty much just a case kill everything and move on. So it's nothing too hard. So we'll just skip on to the next section. As I said, be careful if you're on the Taken encounter. Just get rid of the 3 blights. If you're on this encounter, just kill everything and move on. Be careful. Use as much heavy as you have. Use all your supers effectively. Try to get the biggest group you can. Try to kite them together, and you should be fine on this bit. It's nice and easy. So we'll move on to the next part. Okay, so here we are at the next section. All we have to do is make our way up the stairway. We're on Taken for this section. Either, it doesn't really matter which, whether you're on Taken or Vex. On this section, it's just like the start. Just kill everything and move on. And luckily, in the next section, I actually got the Taken, which makes it nice and easy. I actually got Taken all 3 times on this section, so hopefully that's just a thing for this Nightfall, and you don't get the Vex encounter. As I said, it can be a bit of a bugger. There's just wave after wave of mages coming through, so it can be a pain in the ass. But we'll just skip forward to the section that I mean. Okay, so right up the top of the stairs. Okay, so here we are at the top of the stairs, and if you are lucky enough to get this encounter, all you have to do, if nothing spawns right here where I'm standing, then just run the whole way up the stairs. All you have to do is kill this major wizard that is behind those 2, and the moment that you actually kill her, it is done. You can move on. Okay, so I probably should have just supered as I came up and just started off with that, but who cares? We're gonna smash her, and then from that moment, all the rest of the knights, everything else will despawn, and you can move on. So if you're a hunter, just run straight up the stairs, tether the top of the stairs, hit it with all of your heavy shotguns, everything you got. If you're a Titan on striker, just run straight up the top and Fist of Panic up there. This whole next section, doesn't matter whether you get Vex or Taken, all we're going to do is just run the whole way through. So we'll skip this and we'll just move on to the boss fight. Okay, so here we are at the boss fight. As I said, I actually died on my Warlock here. I learnt my lesson for not listening to myself. The only thing that I recommend in this section here is that between waves, when you're going to damage the boss to initiate the next wave, take your time. You don't have to damage the boss straight away. Okay, the way it works is you'll start the encounter off, you'll get a wave, you defeat that wave, and then you'll end up getting an extra wave, and then you'll do what I'm doing. So you'll kill the initial ones that are there, you'll get the boss to spawn, you'll kill the wave that spawns with him, and then either come to this area or the opposite end to do damage. For me, with my sniper, it takes me about 2 clips or just under 2 clips to initiate the next set of adds. So if you don't have your super or your 30 seconds off for heavy synth, don't do what I'm doing right now. Don't damage the boss until you actually get that super up or you get that heavy synth. Who cares how long this section takes you? Just take your time. Okay, you can get through it in 5 or 10 minutes, but what's the point if you get to the end and you get killed by one of the last waves? Because at the start it's not too much of an issue because these waves aren't too bad. Okay, so like right here, I will use my super and I'll just get rid of everything. This is the second wave that you get once the boss is spawned. So you'll have a couple of Axis hobgoblins and some goblins rather, and a couple of minotaurs, I believe, 3 or 4 minotaurs. Okay, so if we clear this wave out, we'll then do damage to the boss again. Okay, and then that wave, you will end up with 2 locations in the area spawning a load of mages. Okay, so we'll skip forward just to have a look at them, and here they are here. Okay, so you have this lot over there. The I think are they precursors? I don't even remember what they're called. Okay, so you have this spot here and you have this other spot. Kill them as quickly as you can. I tend to use my ult on just one side, and then because I have gained extra super energy from killing minions into the darkness with your special weapon, I will go and kill the other lot with my special just to get my super back up again. It is a pretty decent section because if you can manage to get through one lot with your super and then sort of get rid of the other lot with primary, secondary and heavy, you will pretty much have your super back. Okay, so then you're going to damage the boss again, and then you're going to get this section where you get a bunch of goblins and you'll have a couple of major minotaurs. They can be very, very pesky, so be very careful with them. Make sure you get rid of the goblins first and just keep rotating until you get them down. Then you're going to damage the boss again, and then you're going to be on another one of these phases here. Okay, so you're going to have to take out the same adds again, but there will be a minotaur on or 2 on either side. I think there's 2 on this side. I think there might just be 1 on the other side. There could be 2. I might be wrong. Okay, but that's pretty much all you need to do the whole way through this fight. Okay, just keep in mind what wave is coming next. If you do die on your first run through, just try to remember what the waves were. Okay, remember that when it's time to damage the boss, you don't have to do it straight away. Wait, get your super up, get your heavy ready to go, and then just dump on the waves with everything you have the moment that they spawn to give yourself a bit of breathing room, because it's okay to do a bit of running around the map when you just have a couple of minotaurs to go, but you do not want to be running around the map with the boss or the adds chasing you down. Like right here, I'm just repositioning. There's 4 or 5 goblins left and a minotaur, so it's not that big of an issue for me to be rotating. Okay, so then we're going to wipe them out, and then we are going to do some more damage to the boss here, which is the very, very end. We've finished him off. He's got bugger all health. As you can see, I always just come back to this spot. It's one of the best spots to get to. If I know he's about to rotate down that end, I'll just wait until he rotates down there and then come to the stairwell. But that is pretty much all you need to know to get through this. So I hope that was helpful. I hope I've covered everything. As I said, I'm not too sure if the top of the stairwell section will spawn with the Vex encounter. If you do get the Vex encounter, I'm very, very sorry for you, because that is so much harder than the Taken section. But pretty much just use everything you've got. Okay, punish everything that you can, and try your best. I did 3 Nightfalls and I didn't get it once, so I don't have any footage of that, and I don't really feel like doing it again. To be honest, I've got too much other stuff to do. So here's my lucky reward for my Warlock. It's brilliant reward. Yeah. Woo! So that's great. I'll probably get 1 exotic out of those 11. But if we just head back to the tower real quick, also on my hunter I get a 388 red death, and on my titan I actually got a 389 dragon's breath, which I put into my sound and fury to get ready for the hard raid because I love that thing. I think that it is probably the best heavy to be using for the raid, and void is better because there's more things with void shields through that raid. Just to get to look after the captains a lot easier in the first two sections. So that is it. I hope you found that helpful. If you did, please drop me a like down below. Comment if you have any questions. Please consider subscribing for more Destiny content. As I said though, I thank you so much for watching. I love your face, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.